Hi everyone, Happy New Year. 2025 is going to be spicy, so we are starting off with some spices. My name is Irene Eji, and I have with me a friend whom I've known from college. And regarding this topic, he's had some experiences. So then I invited him to share his experience with us. I am your host, and I have here
Gideon.
So Gideon. In regards to our topic for today, we are discussing church hurt. I want to ask you if you've had any experience that led to your feelings being hurt, that is in the church or by a church member.
I would say yes. Yeah. So I happen to be a part of a church that was starting from scratch. Now, when you're starting a church from scratch, you need people to help you out. You can't do it alone. So yes, I happen to be a part of that. And then I had a chance to bring people out to the church or bring them into the church. So day in, day out, we were receiving complaints from some of them concerning the way the pastor and some people in the church have been talking to them. Okay. So as a reasonable human being, I decided to spare me with that. So I decided to draw back and see whether those complaints were actually something they are doing or not. Okay. And then, to my surprise, I stepped back. Then I noticed, wow, they were actually doing that. So they kind of treated some people with respect, whilst others were not treated with respect. Yes. So and then they were giving others what makes them feel a part of the church, whilst the others were neglected.
So, if I may ask you, did you know or do you know why they were doing that? Like, they have a reason for treating some better than others, or was...
Per my observation, I would say they treated those that they knew with respect.
But they knew you or they didn't know you?
Yes, that's why I said I decided to step back.
Oh, okay.
And after I stepped back, they actually gave it to me. Then I realized those things they were complaining about them were actually true.
They gave what to you?
Okay. So this is something I mostly don't like talking about, but then I would like to share a few things on it. Sure.
Hold on. Please, don't you want to know me? I want to know, so go on.
Okay, that's fine. So let's talk about it. So the pastor was someone who doesn't listen. He doesn't listen. I wouldn't say he's proud, but then you see, we all have ego. But there are days we allow our super egos to take control. But he was a type that always it was in play. He had to do it to feel okay. Do you understand? But you see, we also have moral principles. So there are days you are supposed to allow that one be in check to make things in order. Do you get it? Yes. So he doesn't listen. We tried talking to him about it. Initially, he was like, okay, he has heard, and then he would work on that. Not knowing, he didn't pay attention to that. So he even called back and then was like, I don't have the right to talk to him about those things. I was like, wow. Then this guy is actually, I think I'm qualified to use the word proud now. He's really proud of himself. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. So because of that, I had to even leave the church because I felt like it wasn't going to help my spiritual growth.
So in your opinion, what are some misconceptions you think people have about people who experience church hurt?
Okay, so one thing I can say is that they are mostly of the notion that those who experience church hurt are too sensitive.
In what sense? Like too sensitive?
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that these people are they kind of want to be treated with some kind of respect and some kind of love and all those things. But then it's not like that. You have to understand the fact that we are different in different ways. You understand? We all have what we like and what we don't like. There are things I would like and then you wouldn't like that. Do you understand? And then we are all vulnerable to certain things. So you have to know what a person is vulnerable to, then you know how to treat a person. Do you understand? Yeah, so they kind of feel we are too sensitive and then we let our emotions lead us. Our feelings are always in play. But it's not like that. That is how we're brought up. Well, I would say that is our genetic makeup. Do you understand? Yes. We all have that thing, but then we are trying to work on it. Do you get me? Yeah.
My next question is, how can faith communities support those who have experienced church hurt?
Okay. So before answering that question, I would say this. Mental health nurse.
Oh,
And
okay.
then
Wow.
there's this condition we call substance induced psychosis or substance abuse. Do you understand? And then people taking substance, if they want to stop the addiction, there's this group they join called the AA. That is Alcoholic Anonymous or Narcotic Anonymous. Do you understand? So I would say the community can help by setting up groups. Do you understand? That would listen to these people. You listen to them, then you show them some kind of empathy. That will make them feel, oh, okay, regardless of what I'm going through, these people are still with me. They reason with me. They know that it is like this. And they kind of, they are backing me. Doing that would make them feel relaxed. Do you understand? And then it will also help them heal faster in a way that they can bounce back to the church. And then by doing so, I think they can work, it will help them work on their feelings so that when they experience such a thing again, they will know how to deal with it. Do you understand? Yeah.
But do you think it is common for someone to go through such experience and then bounce back and then go back to that same church again? I don't know. I want to, maybe people do get like, they get hurt in their church.
Yeah.
They act like isolated a bit, and then later on they decide to join the church again. Like, how common is that?
Okay, so I would say a yes and a no, and I'll explain why. So going for the yes, some people have it in mind that they are doing it for God, they are worshiping God, and not the people in the church or the pastor. Do you understand? So they still go back to the church because it is God they are what? Worshiping. And then taking the no side, some will decide not to go because seeing those people again would kind of give them a PTSD. Do you understand? And then still the feeling of hurt would be there. They would be looking down upon themselves and all those things. So I have two answers, yes and then and no.
On to the next. What role do you think forgiveness can play in healing people that go through church hurt, that experience, like both the individual and even the church itself?
Okay, so this is actually a tough one, but then I will try to talk about it. So do you know when you forgive people, it helps you a lot. Do you understand? Forgiveness comes with healing.
Okay.
Do you understand? So I would say it's a process you go through. You forgive and then you try to what? Heal from what you were experiencing or what happened. Because I would say it was a bad experience the person had. So once the person forgives them, the person would be able to what? Heal from that bad experience and then bounce back. So forgiving them would help the person heal, and then we'll decide whether to go back to that side or not.
But can I decide to, as in, I think once you forgive, you should be able to go back, or?
Yes, once you forgive, you should be able to go back, but then individual preferences. I don't want to be treated like I was treated that way again.
Then it means you've not forgiven, or?
Oh no, we do forgive. Let me tell you this. In the Bible, so you know the Israelites, they were disobedient. You understand? Then it got to a point where God had to what? Just leave their lives for them to do what they wanted to do. Do you understand? And then look at when they took off their earrings and all those good things they had on them to build that golden calf. After Moses came back from the mountain, broke what? The 10 Commandments, he was furious. God was even mad at them. But later, he forgave them. He forgave them. And then he also ruled with them just like they used to. Do you understand?
God is no man.
That's why he said, I created you in my own image. So you are God on earth.
Ish.
Yes, you are God on earth. Do you understand? So you are imitating him here.
Okay.
So I think it works. It works, yeah.
So my last question, what advice would you give to someone or people that are currently struggling with feelings of hate related to the church?
Okay. What I can say about that is they actually need to seek God, be prayerful, and then also understand that we are moving forward. Do you understand? You're not supposed to think about the issues that are behind us. Do you understand? Yeah, we are moving forward. So you always try to create a bigger picture, and then you pray, you see God, and then that would help. Yes, I think that would help. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Gideon. For me, I have taken his advice and I think you also should. Thank you very much for watching us on Spices. We'll bring more of spiced up topics. See you another time. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and comment which topics you want us to talk about. Bye.